Harrison, Conservative strategist and Vice President of SUMA Strategies. Kate, good morning. Great to have you on the program. Thanks for your time.
Good to see you, Akshay. Happy Election Day.
You as well. Happy Election Day indeed. So let's talk about how are you feeling today about the entire Conservative campaign. It's been such a close race last few days, looking at some of the polls. But now that it's all done and today's Election Day, how are you feeling about it all?
Yeah, it's been a roller coaster of a campaign, and I think certainly we can say that campaigns matter. 2 months ago, I do not think, we'd be talking about such a close race. We still had, Prime Minister Trudeau in the chair, a lot of Canadians saying that they were siding with the Conservatives, and now we have what appears to be a very close race shaping up. I think the key, Akshay, today is which pitch will voters go for? Are they going to go for sort of that stability pitch that Mark Carney is offering, really focusing his campaign on Donald Trump and the immediacy of the tariff war, or are they going to choose change? Are they going to look at their affordability concerns? Are they going to look at the cost of living and other economic issues? If they are, then that is likely to benefit the Conservatives, who have been really leading on that issue throughout the campaign and making the case that now is the time for a change of government. Yeah,
Kate, let's talk about what Mason and I were discussing a couple of moments ago. You must have heard that conversation, how, of course, the prairies is like the blue belt of the Conservatives. There is possibility, as he was also pointing out, that we may see a few seats go to the Liberal Party as well. If you are watching this election so closely and looking at the ridings, are there specific regions or ridings that you are looking out for of what's going to happen, which are really too close to call?
Yeah, I think I'm looking at Atlantic Canada, which of course we get the results for first, to see, do the Conservatives hold their seats? Do they grow in Atlantic Canada? If that's happening, I think we could be in for a very long night, Akshay. Obviously in Quebec, the resurgence of the Bloc following the leaders' debates is something to watch. I think the Liberals were really counting on converting a lot of those seats back over to them. The late game resurgence of the Bloc Québécois is something to watch for. And of course, the GTA. There's going to be a lot of close races there. In the 905, places like York Region, I'm going to be keeping a close eye on that as an Ontarian. And don't count out BC as well. Lower Mainland, Surrey, these are some of the areas that if the Conservatives have a shot at forming government, they're going to need to have movement in all of these areas, including the Lower Mainland and parts of the 905.
Let's discuss this election as compared to the few that we have had in the past few years, a few times rather. Okay, this is such a different election. It is the 45th of the country. But looking at the circumstances globally and what's happening south of the border, let's discuss what's at stake. And when the Prime Minister is elected tonight, the party that comes to power, the priorities that leader will have to really be chalking out very clearly in the next 100 days or so.
Yeah, there's no doubt that the tariff war and the threats from Donald Trump about annexation are weighing on voters' minds. I think the question is, for Canadians, when did our problems begin? Did the problems begin after January 21st? Or did they start long before that? And I see really there's kind of two camps on that question. For a lot of voters who are very consumed by the issue of Donald Trump and this tariff threat, they seem to be parking their ballot with the Liberals this time around. And, they look to Mark Carney and his CV and his record of fiscal management as something that's attractive to them. For the other side, they're looking at history of high inflation and food prices and gas prices being something that they really can't manage anymore, an inability to get a home. So the stakes are very high, not just because of what we've seen happen in the last 2 months, but I would really say the story of this is a generational difference and perhaps a divide in terms of the electorate. Older Canadians choosing that stability that they see with Mark Carney, and younger Canadians who want their shot, who want the opportunity to own a home, who want the chance to get ahead, increasingly looking to the Conservatives as their party of choice to deliver that change.
Kate, great to see you. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you. Happy voting.
You as well. Kate Harrison, a Conservative strategist and Vice President at SUMA Strategies.